Oh, I'm not paying attention to the show? Did I miss something? Did I miss when somebody called on me?
I'm not raising my voice at you.
Well, I am, because I'm upset. I'm tired of my EP not respecting how I feel. I'm tired of my EP talking about me. I'm tired of my EP acting like one thing in front of one group and one thing in front of another. Okay, I have a right to be upset. I asked you to please let me go. You will not let me go.
Wow.
So this is what you get.
Okay.
And I'm glad it's being recorded, because I need for people to see what I'm dealing with on a regular basis.
I'm gonna dish you right now. I'm gonna dish you right. I'm gonna dish you right. I'm gonna dish you right now. I'm gonna dish you right now.
The Witch Doctor.
Me, that there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect, Joyce, and you refuse to recognize it, and it's not fair. You say to us certain things, but then you backslide on it. You say certain things to me, and you say certain things to other people. It's quite clear you got caught twice talking about me. You got caught. And I won't even tell on this show, on this Zoom, what you said to me offline. Okay, so we won't even talk about that.
Al, I just really quick, I want to jump in because, guys, we're on Zoom and it's still people on here and this conversation is recorded. The thing is, I just want us, we're definitely, this is, we have to resolve this, but I just kind of want this to keep this in-house because these type of things.
Let's talk about being very unprofessional. Okay. Why would you send me that? Why when you say, Al, look, I apologize, I messed up, you're going to send me, let's talk about being very unprofessional, telling me I'm being unprofessional because I missent something. You missent it first. Missent it first. And then you're going to call me unprofessional? Cut it out. And then you say to me, please pay attention to the show. I'm not paying attention to the show? Did I miss something? Did I miss when somebody called on me?
I'm not raising my voice at you.
Well, I am, because I'm upset. I'm tired of my EP not respecting how I feel. I'm tired of my EP talking shit about me. I'm tired of my EP acting like one thing in front of one group and one thing in front of another. Okay, I have a right to be upset. I asked you to please let me go. You will not let me go.
Wow.
So this is what you get.
Okay.
And I'm glad it's being recorded, because I need for people to see what I'm dealing with on a regular basis.
You're absolutely right. That was the rule, is that Claudia is not to come back.
Then why are you jumping down my throat for following your rule that you put in? And then why are you going to call me in front of my colleagues that I do too much as usual? Those were your words. You want me to scroll down and read them? You want me to scroll down and read them? You want me to scroll down and read them? I do too much on this show? I do too much choice on this show on a regular? Okay, then why would you say it? Why would you say it?
Okay, because this is what happened. Last week, you cut Claudia off when she was trying to end the show to give a shout out. You've done it at the top of the show.
I'm not the only one that cuts people off to say stuff at the end of the show, Joyce. Get out of here. Get out. Bye, Joyce. So I'm the only one that cuts anybody off on this show. I'm the only one that doesn't follow the script. I'm the only one that does impromptu stuff. Get out of here, Joyce.
Doing that, that's the thing.
Okay.
Joyce, hey guys, I think we got to table this conversation.
I'm the one that's always the problem on the show, right, Joyce?
No, I'm not saying that you're always the problem on the show, but whenever I try to talk to you about the issues that we have, each of us, all of them, I speak to each of them.
Joyce, we have so many issues on this show, sweetheart. For you to constantly nitpick me every day and call me every day telling me something that I need to work on is exhausting. And I've told you that. I said, Joyce, we have people falling off the damn internet, and you're calling me about a glow I have at the top of my freaking head. I have said that to you, but you don't understand what that means when you constantly have to criticize a talent all the time. It doesn't feel good. And it doesn't feel good when I am trying my freaking best every freaking day, and you don't acknowledge it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And put some shit like in that chat, You better be glad it came to me. You better be glad it came to me. And I'm glad it came. It came to me for a reason. And the reason is for me to talk to you like this right now. You have no right to call me unprofessional because you have been on a live show talking with your friends and cackling and kickling with your friends on a live YouTube show. You have never seen that come out of my camp over here. You have some nerve to tell me I'm unprofessional. I'm done
with you guys, but I cannot get into the back and forth, this one lied on this one and that one lied on that one and this one said this one. I can't even tell you the things that I know.
I agree with you.
Same, Joyce.
I would have never brought this to your attention had there not been a three-way meeting about me and Justin's relationship, and me and Justin were completely isolated.
So out of context. And that is what is frustrating me, Armon, is that you are taking what that meeting was about out of context, because what you are alluding to is that Claudia and Al asked to meet with me to talk about you and your relationship and why you got this job and you're having an affair with Justin. What does that sound like to you? That is just absolutely insane to me. Okay. And that did not go down like that. And so
yes, it did. It did. And I will put my hand, I will swear on a stack of Bibles. So let me just, you know what? All this lying, I can't take it anymore. I cannot take this. Al called me the day after the Image Awards and said, we need to have a meeting with Joyce. And I found it weird because we don't really talk anymore. He wanted to have a meeting since I'm tired of the lies. And it has to all be on the table. And I wish Al was here. And I said, what? He calls me up and says he doesn't like the direction of the show. And at the time, I wasn't feeling it either, in full disclosure. And Armon, I told you this.
We already know this.
I told you I wasn't feeling it either. I felt like it was all this contention. It was this negative, and I felt the same way. So he's like, I want to have a meeting with Joyce, which I thought was weird that he wanted to include me because I know they have their relationship and they talk a lot. And then they're close. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll be on the meeting. In the meeting, he said he felt a few things. He felt like Justin is making the show too gay, and he wanted Destiny to have a more of a bigger role in the show and take over the topics. Did say that. Okay, so you agree with that. Then he also said, and Armon, I don't like the tone of the show, and I'm just not happy, and I don't think I can do this much longer if he's here. And I was like, wow, okay, he said that. He also said, I went out with Armon, and Armon said that him and Justin went on a date, and he's been very heavily coached for this job, including being told to join after. That is what's being said. I'm sorry, Joyce. I'm a very honest person. I'm not good at lying, and I will tell the truth. That's what was said in the meeting. We had this meeting. We did have a meeting. He did say that. I'm not even putting that on you. That's why I find it very odd that you're rushing to his defense and saying, no, shutting it down. He said it, Joyce. I'm a very credible person, and I'm not a liar. I'm not.
I agree with every single thing.
Okay, but he did tell you that, Joyce, and I don't know why you're denying it.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
Not a problem.
So, Joyce, you didn't tell me that he said that I am making the show heavily gay.
Yes, he
did.
As
a manager, that is
he did say that. And he said he wanted. He said he wanted Destiny to take over your role and to put her more in the position.
You didn't tell me this, Joyce.
Swear to God.
He didn't say that Justin was making it heavily gay.
Oh my God! Yo, Joyce.
That's what he said.
Let me walk it off.
He felt that the show was turning heavily gay. He didn't say that Justin is making the show heavily gay.
Then why would he suggest Destiny to take over?
No, he didn't say for Destiny to take over. He said maybe what Destiny can do is hold on 1 second.
Basically, we're saying the same thing, but you're making it more palatable. We're saying the same thing. You guys, I'm not a liar. I've never lied. I can't lie about this.
Destiny can take over doing more of the topics that as it relates to women, as it relates to relationships. That's what he said. And I said, oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea. Have you ever told Justin this? We'll see. Yeah, I've told Justin. The overall theme of what our conversation was. That's what
you didn't tell me that Al that you said the show was becoming heavily gay. This is new to me, Joyce. That's why I'm just really shocked. This was not told to me from my manager.
I just feel like, why were we not on this meeting if it was going into that much depth?
I'm not going to sit here and continue to go around.
Because they didn't think I'd ever tell you guys, because we were all kept at odds for a reason. Al has been puppeteering, keeping us all fighting against each other and not getting along, having sidebar conversations, trying to get me fired to Joyce, and then having conversations with me, Armon, to try to get you fired to Joyce and to me, and that is a fact. And as long as you and I weren't speaking, and then Justin and I were in a weird place ever since I was on College Hill, so we weren't speaking. So all of us aren't speaking like we're supposed to. But Joyce and Al are still speaking very much. And Al has been very much been creating them, been puppeteering all of us to be at odds. And then all it took was me finally have a conversation with Armon, because I did not like the feeling. I was like, you know what? I love doing this show, and I want us to get along. I want to extend an olive branch to him, and I'm glad he was open to it. We spoke, and now we're good, Joyce. And that's why the show has been really good the last few days, because we're not being kept at odds. Fun fact for you, Joyce. Do you know whenever me and Armon get into it on the show, and he comes for me, Al rushes and calls Armon to tell him how much he loves the discourse on the show when he comes for me? What kind of show is that?
I feel like Al was protected, is protected. I think that Al is very sensitive. And I think that Al is very strong in his opinions and things that he does not want to talk about, but anybody can talk about other things that they don't want to talk about, and it's okay. Evidently, Al may have some pull up there. I don't know. But it seems that way. I think that Armon is a very talented guy. I can see how he got angry at that interview with Funky and Carlos. Funky was probably telling his own truth. But to me, somewhere in there, Funky was protecting Al. And I'm thinking it's friendship. Now, the thing about Funky, I'm going to say this, is he's a smart guy. He don't protect me when he's talking about reality, because I guess he know I don't give a damn, really, about that. But when it's something real, I think that Funky has enough scruples that he's trying to protect his friend. That's what I think. I think him and Al are somewhat friends. And he was trying to that's my thought. My whole thing is Armon did not ruin that damn show. In fact, Armon, to me, and like I said before, I ain't never heard his ass before this, because I'm not in those streets. A lot of people think I know a lot about a lot of shit. I don't know none of. I'm not in these YouTube streets unless y'all send me the stuff. I don't know. I'm doing other things. But to me, he's so talented that Armon, if anybody find his damn ad, find his ad, because I want to follow him. He has a future in this. If you too soft for this, you got to do something else. That's all I'm saying. Claudia got it, but Claudia comes from reality TV. Funky got it, but Funky has been on reality TV. He knows how to talk mess. You're going to take some hits. Maybe the hits were too strong. That's up to y'all. You know what I mean? Whatever. But some kind of way it seemed like to me, everybody protecting Al. You're sensitive, you soft, whatever. Maybe you shouldn't do certain things. And I do think that they had a great collaboration. Funky was the person that brought the attention, brought the fun, the funny, the read. I'm so proud of my brother. Carlos is a great interviewer. I'm going to say that over and over again. Yeah, he stirred up mess. The shit came back. We wasn't even thinking about this shit no more, Carlos. So now the next thing for you to do is, I seen you had Claudia. I seen you had Funky. You better get Armon. But the interesting thing is, and then, I don't know Armon from Adam Ant, other than he's very handsome and he has a great future. That's all I know about him. Funky can run a show by itself. Claudia can run a show by herself. Al cannot. So my thing was, why do y'all get Al all of this? It's got to be something I'm missing. But the tension was there. It does not take 6 months, 3 years to see that there was tension within the group of TGIF. That's just being honest.
Now, y'all, I am sitting in my house and I'm just like reading the comments on my last live and just piecing things together. And I am in this house laughing my behind off, because where I am right now mentally definitely feels like that position that Portia was in on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where her and Phaedra got into it about that stuff with Candy, and Phaedra lied about where the information came from and had Portia up here looking stupid. I was going through the comments, and the overwhelming majority of a lot of the comments are saying that I'm gaslighting Armon and that I'm refusing to call out Al. And I'm like, okay, so many people are saying this, like something has to be a little off, or there is a piece that's missing that either is not connecting with me or not connecting with y'all. So let me just clear up one thing, and so we can all try to get a little bit of understanding. Everybody is saying Al is a snake, and why don't I call out Al? I am completely being honest here, and it has nothing to do with friendship. It has nothing to do with friendship. Up until the time that I left, there was nothing for me to call Al out on outside of what we've already talked about, which is the text messages, so on and so forth. I'm seeing things in the comments about investigations, Al allegedly talking to HR trying to get Armon fired. I am here to tell y'all at 11:25 p.m. on August 8th of 2024, I do not know nothing about that, and I did not know nothing about that. A lot of people are saying, you know, I need to watch Armon's video because he posted some receipts. That's all fine and well. I don't indulge in trauma porn. I'm not watching nothing with somebody going off on me. You can tell your mama to do that, okay? But if somebody, anybody wants to call me and explain to me what I'm missing, then I am open to hearing it. But as far as you need to call out Al, I don't know what I would be calling him out on at this point because I was not there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he and I communicated and he kept me abreast of things that were going on at TGIF. And, you know, as with anything, people tell the stories from their side. They do. And it's not hard for me to believe much of what was coming out of his mouth because it was consistent with a lot of what was going on when I was there. But again, call out Al, call out Al. I have no problem calling out anybody who was wrong, including myself. And I have no problem coming back and correcting something if I was wrong. I am operating in this moment off of the information that I have. Okay. When I left TGIF, Claudia and I, you know, we were no longer in a relationship, and me and Armon never talked again. Nobody ever called me and said, let me tell you what Al did. Nobody ever said, Al is trying to get me fired. These are all things that I am finding out, and all of that is allegedly. So again, call out Al. I don't know what I'm calling him out on. And it's funny because quiet as it's kept, if I'm being totally honest, it's beginning to look like my ass the same way I said Armon got swept up in some stuff that he didn't know that he was getting swept up in. It's starting to look like my ass done got swept up in some stuff that I don't know. So if somebody want to fill me in, if somebody want to call me and let me know what all the hell going on, please call me, because I don't appreciate sitting up here on the internet looking like Portia when she was looking stupid down to that reunion. And if I'm being totally honest, that's how I feel right now. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. Somebody fill me in. Thought about it, and I thought, you know, what is the correct way to, you know, respond to all of this without creating a further crap storm of the situation. And I'm gonna start off by saying, honestly, I'm not even upset. After seeing Armon's or bits and pieces of his emotional response, it's very hard for me to even be upset with him, because it just came off very childlike. And from where I sit, it literally would be the equivalent of me being upset with one of my nephews. You know what I'm saying? It's to be quite honest, and even to this point, I am still a supporter of Armon. I can't even bring myself to be mad or bothered by the situation. I'm if anything, I'm just highly disappointed because I'm shaking my head and I'm like, the very thing that I was trying to give you some constructive criticism on was the very thing that you exemplified. You just had an all-out fit. And here's the thing, I'm not telling anybody that they don't have the right to be upset, or they don't have the right to be mad, or they don't have the right to feel any type of way, because he does. But what I saw in a part of his response was somebody who was hurting. What I think is unfortunate is you have two people, myself and Carlos King, who have the ability to garner a lot of attention in the urban pop culture space. And there are a lot of eyeballs on that interview and the subject that is TGIF by both fans, networks, and producers. And I just find it unfortunate that you could not find it somewhere in yourself to hold it together and present yourself slightly better than that with all these people that are watching and that want the tea and that want the salaciousness. And you played right into it and totally exemplified what I said, which was a lack of maturity. And, while I did not mean to hurt your feelings or hurl it as an insult, and I didn't think you take it that way, I further support what I said. It's a complete lack of maturity. Armon, I was very kind and gracious in my words about you and your talent. I actually think fairly highly of what it is that you do. Here is what I know. I don't know the ins and outs of what was going on over there after I left. I don't know what all you are experiencing. I don't. You and a lot of other people are absolutely right. The only information that I am and was receiving was from Al. Claudia and I are not in relationship, and I did not talk to any other producers after I left the show. So there is a world where my perspective on things can be a bit askew. However, coupled with what I experienced while I was there, while it may be one-sided, I highly doubt that it's so one-sided to the point where my assessment of it still was unfair. A hardcore fact, regardless of how the roast came about, there was a roast that took place, and then the show never came back. There was a roast that took place, and the show never came back. So it is reasonable for one to conclude that the roast was a contributing factor in the show not coming back. That's an irrefutable fact. There was a roast, and then the show never came back, unless I'm missing something. I did not watch Armon's video. I got a couple bits and pieces from friends. Me personally, I don't torture myself by sitting back and watching things where people are just going in on me. But my friend did send me a clip at the end where Armon was crying, and he was saying that nobody knows what he was going through.
So fucking mad. Bitch, I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad. I went through so much bullshit on that motherfucking show. I went through so much shit. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck that show. I'm so fucking mad. And I had to fucking sit there and smile every fucking day. I'm so fucking mad. And motherfuckers love to blame me for every fucking thing. Bitch, I wasn't getting $250,000. Bitch, I wasn't getting all these fucking opportunities. Bitch, I was being dragged on both ends. The fuck? Motherfuckers was trying me left and fucking right. And I had to sit up there and smile every fucking day. I'm so fucking mad. I have to fucking smile every day. I'm so fucking heated. I don't give a fuck about that show. Y'all have me fucked up. Bitches always speaking on me, bitch. What's up? Ugh, I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad. It's like y'all will love to blame it on fucking me. These motherfuckers got their own fucking issues. These motherfuckers older than me. I'm so fucking irritated, bro. So fucking mad.
And that he was catching it on all ends or both ends or something to that effect. And I 100% agree with him. And the position that you found yourself in, Armon, was the very position I was trying to prevent you from being in. Hence why I gave you all the information that you needed to navigate that space. See, the unfortunate thing is, you know, you've got one person who has made it their life's mission to be in all the comments, responding to all the blogs, doing all the interviews, the first person to break the news that the show was canceled before the show was even officially canceled. The only person doing all the talking, you notice everybody else is quiet, and thus that's the person driving the narrative. You got swept up in some games that were being played before you entered the scene, and you made the choice to align yourself with the very side, and I'm going to reveal some stuff here. You chose to align yourself with the very person when you were auditioning who went to the execs and said, he does not like women. I feel threatened when working with this person. This person is not a good fit. And whether you know it or not, and despite how you may feel about Al at this point in time, it was Al who stood up for you and said, you know what? I have to draw the line here. It's one thing if you don't want to work with him. That's one thing. It's another thing for you to ruin his name with the whole Fox organization. Okay? Once that was revealed to me, that is when I started working on your behalf in the background. That's when I began texting Joyce, saying, Joyce, y'all would be a doggone fool not to hire Armon. Y'all would be a fool. He's the only one that can do it. Then, if you notice, when I posted that post on my Instagram and I said, Armon did so good, y'all. It's nobody else that can take my spot except Armon. That was all intentional, Armon. That was all intentional. That was me and Al working in the background to get you the job because she was working so hard for you not to get it. The PTSD from me being there, you even told me that she called you and said, don't think because you got a YouTube page and you got a YouTube following that means anything over here. The same one who said you were talking too much, that you need to dial it back, that you needed to fall back. You can take what I gave you, you can take it any way you want to take it. Based on the experience that I had there, I felt like I was doing you a service, not a disservice, by disclosing everything that I experienced when I was working there. You know, unfortunately, somehow or another, you were able to get swept up in a game that was much bigger than you. And honestly and truthfully, I felt like I prepped you good enough for you not to have got swept up in that. And I think what I see in you is also what I see in a lot of younger gays, is that they cling to these women thinking that these women gonna take them somewhere. And honestly and truthfully, you got swept up in her game, and collectively that game caused that show to get canceled. Again, everybody wants me to speak on Al and condemn Al and all these different things. Listen, I am pretty sure that there is enough blame to go around. The stuff that is being said about Al, simply, I was not there. Okay, I wasn't there. I was not there. So whatever it is he's talking about between the time that he was there, I don't know anything of that. When I was there, Al by himself was not the problem. All right. There was enough blame to be spread amongst everybody, if we're being honest. But when I was there, Al by himself was not the problem. Again, what transpired between January and that time that show got canceled with Al, I do not know. So I cannot speak on it. But I just find it unfortunate that even in me giving you some, what I felt to be constructive criticism, Armon, that you still found a way to uphold the very thing that I said what was holding you back. I hate that you went out like that. I really do. Because at the end of the day, while you were upset and you have the right to be upset, and you endured your own set of whatever you endured, and I give you credit, you did walk into the middle of a SHIT storm armed with enough information. I honestly wish you would have just remained neutral and stayed out of it. That really would have been the best course of action, because you came into the situation in the middle of the story. And there was 2 years and a half, almost 3 years of story that happened before you got there. And that's what I was trying to give you, Armon. And the very thing that I was trying to prevent by giving you the information is the very thing that you fell victim to. And I still think, based on your response, you don't even see how you got played in all of this. I can't even be mad with you because you are a victim. I have to give you that. You are legitimately a victim in this situation. You got played in one of the worst ways. You did. And unfortunately, in getting swept up in a game that you did not understand, I guess the fair thing to say is that all three of y'all collectively got that show canceled. Nevertheless, Armon, as far as I'm concerned, I see you're hurt. I hate that you're hurt. If my words caused you any duress and or stress, I sincerely apologize. That was not my intent. I really was trying to big you up and give you a bit of constructive criticism on the side. You didn't take it that way. But me being just a little older and a bit more mature about it, this is not one of those situations where I'm going to take back what I said, because what I said was said from a place of love, and it was said to only benefit you. And now I'm going to have to actually double down on it, dog. There is a maturity piece, Armon, that's missing, man. And I'm saying this with so much love. It was missing with that rant, and it was missing with your response to me. Yeah, you got one off. You got one off. You did. You read me for filth. Yada, yada. You feel good? I hope you do. But you're not going to get nothing for it. That's the thing. And like, people are watching. So now he's volatile. He's going to be uneasy to work with. Whenever we hire him, he's going to go off of the deep end. And that's why I'm extending grace, compassion, empathy, and sympathy for you. Like, dog, you got to step that maturity piece up, Armon. Say it with love. Now, you can read me for filth again. You cannot heed to it. But I promise you, there's no ill intent. I've been there. I remember the way I showed my ass when I went through that Michelle Brown situation. I remember Demetria Lucas calling me, texting me, saying, Funky Dineva, I am in a lot of journalism circles right now, and you need to take that down. This looks very bad. Everybody is talking about you. You look very volatile. I remember my agent calling me saying, what are you doing? I remember the doors that got closed in my face because I behaved that way. Because you are another Black gay man in this space that is being recognized, I was trying to help you. And I won't apologize for that. I was trying to help you. And I'm still trying to help you. Like I said, I'm not mad. You can pick up the phone today, tomorrow, and call me. And I promise you, we can talk about it and go get a drink. Black man, I want you to know, I see your hurt. I'm sorry for anything that I may have contributed to that hurt, but my intentions were pure. And I hope that we can get past this. Because like I said, I don't feel no ways tired about it. I'm not bothered. It didn't move me none. I get it. And I just wish things hadn't been the way it was. With that being said, that's all I got left on it, y'all. That really is all I got left. And we're going to go ahead and get the show started. All the bald-headed...
I'm gonna dish you right now. I'm gonna dish you right. I'm gonna dish you right. I'm gonna dish you right now. I'm gonna dish you right now.
The Witch Doctor.